Kasi pinaghandaan naman namin talaga. And then, yun, sabi nga ni Coach, if you go to the strategy or game plan, changing the game plan every game, then alam naman na talagang papatalo yung Nebra, hindi nila ibibigay ng madali. Then, alam namin hindi rin easy. So, talagang kung sino na mas magandang tulog or masarap kanayakin ang bukasan.
What's up, everybody? Happy New Year. Definitely honored to be back here in the finals again, especially against Nebra. I feel like, final series kind of lounged in the finals, so I definitely feel like it's great to go against them. It's an amazing feeling to be on the court against Nebra, and the great players that they have over years after our failures is that you got to learn how to pick yourself up, and you got to keep moving forward and keep progressing regardless of what the result is. And I think that's kind of stuck with everybody in the Morocco program ever since our last loss, is that we lost the finals, we picked ourselves up, and we kept working, and we got back there again. And then we lost again, we picked ourselves back up, and we refocused, and here we are again for the third time. So I think that is a true testament of this organization, of this culture that we have here in Morocco, that regardless of what happens, we are going to pick ourselves up and we're going to keep moving forward. And I think that's something that goes for the Nebra side also. I mean, that's exactly what you guys were asking about the never say die attitude, and I think that both teams have showed that they have embellished that mentality. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here before you today. So I think that's exactly what we're going to do. Regardless of the result that comes in this series, whether we win or we're going to lose, we're going to get back to it. We're going to pick ourselves up and we're going to keep working to get the next one. So all I can say right now is we're going to try our best. We've done a really good job of preparing, coaching staff, and all the players have been really locked in to get to this point. And we're really excited to show what we have, and hopefully we can get a win this time.
Thank you, Chris. Edie?
Well, yes, it's definitely an honor to be back in the finals. I look at playing basketball as a privilege, so to have the opportunity to play in the finals, let alone play in 3 of them, is definitely a blessing. And with that said, we owe it to ourselves to play as hard as we can, every single play, no plays off, and that's what we intend to do.
Thank you, AD. Cliff?
Hello. The question was about the never say die spirit. Of course, it's everyone's motto, but I think every person, every player has that motto in them. I mean, everyone wants to leave it all out there, whatever they're doing in life, it's just to go as hard as you can and leave everything on the court, leave everything, whether they're working or not. It's just everyone wants to play their best, do their best, and I think it's gonna be a great series for the fans, and I think it should be exciting.
Thank you. There you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, all the players speaking up. Yes. More questions?
May nagpapatanong kay Bong Quinto. Bong Quinto, anong pakiramdam raw na first championship mo and against Barangay Nebra?
Yun nga, sobrang excited kasi yung mga kalaban pa namin ni Nebra. So sila, kapag beses na nila mga kalaban ni Nebra ako, first time ko pa. So yun, sobrang blessed talaga ako na pwede kong mapakita kung ano yung kaya kong matulong, ma-provide sa team.
Pwede ka against LA or Stanley?
Kasi last nung season context, yung mga binuntayan ko din para pare-pareho lang din naman. So ngayon, kailangan mas focus ako. Kasi yung intensity doon, hindi ko pa alam kasi finals yun. So, yun lang, maging ready lang every game. Then yung game plan naman ni Coach naman, doon naman kami sa Sunlight. So,
Sa pa sir, kay Raymond, ang Merano players, ikaw pa lang yata yung nakakapanalo ng championship. Malaking bagay ba yan going to the finals?
Oo, kasi parang yung gutong ulit makapaglaro sa finals kasali sa Nebra pa. Ang favorite ko yung Govs. Malaking bagay kasi gusto ko rin makapag-finals tapos especially sa laro na ako. Then yun lang.
Next question?
Stanley Pringle. Stan, this is your first finals appearance. Your feelings about it and what can we expect from you in this finals?
Microphone. Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely my first finals, but I'm really excited, and got nothing but love for my teammates and the coaching staff for keeping me guided to get there, and I'm just focusing on their guidance and the execution on the team. I'm not really gonna force nothing to do nothing I do, so yeah, I'm just excited to play, and then I'm gonna leave it on the floor. Thank you.
Thank you, Stanley.
Follow-up question. Stan, there's a lot of talk about Meralco getting stronger with their new players. But of course, with your round, of course, it also makes Ginebra stronger. So your thoughts about your impact in this team?
Yep, definitely. They got a real good team. Like Coach was saying, the best defensive team, a great rebounding team. They beat us, by 30 points the first game. So, like I said, I'm just looking forward to, listening to the advice of my teammates in the 7 games because it's going to be a long series. And, that's basically that's it.
To the coaches, your team will be facing for the third time. Do you see this Ginebra and Meralco battle as already a rivalry, or do you want does it need a few more years before it can be considered a rivalry?
Well, I think that's what the league needs. It needs rivalries to draw in the interest from the fans. Normally a rivalry means both teams are winning, and they've won both championship series, so in that sense it's not so much a rivalry, but there is a lot of interest. I think we set a record for the most people to attend a PBA game the last time we played them in a championship series, so a lot of people do come out and watch when we play against Ginebra, but I think we have to beat them a few more times before we can actually call it a rivalry.
Thank you.
What's team code?
I guess it's how you define a rivalry. I just think that we've been at each other's throats for a while, so that usually turns into a rivalry. But I think that's really defined more by you, the press, and by the fans. They're the ones that decide whether this is a rivalry or not. Of course, we're going to be rivals no matter what, because we're on opposite ends and we're both pursuing the same thing. Even if this was the first series we played, it would be. We would be rivals, but if it turns into a rivalry, I think that's really dictated by the fans' interest and how the press picks it up. But for me personally, for certainly, I've always felt I've had, even though on the outside, we off the court, Norman and I are friends, but I've always felt that we've been big rivals all the way through the years. Even though we don't play against each other every time, we're still big rivals, and we both like to win, and both teams like to win, and I think that usually means that there's a rivalry going on.
Thank you, Coach Smith. More questions?
Good afternoon. To the players, just want to ask who will be the players that will be the X Factor, who will be the X Factor sa kabila, from the other side?
Siguro we'll ask one from Ginebra and one from Meralco. Can we ask LA to answer the question? Tapos sa Meralco, kay Susan. Okay, go.
X Factor sa kabilang team, no? X Factor para sa Meralco, I think it's gonna be the players behind the import. Lahat sila. We know that Allen AD will get his numbers, but I think we really have to control their locals also. So I think lahat naman sila X Factor. I cannot say that this guy is only the X Factor for the series. It's gonna be a long series, so every game it can be a different player na X factor. So I mean, we just have to be ready on the sa lahat ng mga players. You know, it can be a surprise also. Players coming off the bench, di ba, nawala dito. So, I mean, we just have to be ready. Every player, and this is a championship. I think we cannot take anything for granted at this point in time. So, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Elaine. Chris?
Yeah, basically, just like I was saying, that you know, this is the finals. We got two great teams here. And I don't know if you guys been keeping up with the best player of the conference, but you know, neither of these teams have somebody in the top five, which means that says a lot about you know the team in general. That there is no one guy that really stands out at any point. You know, here in the PBA, everyone's talented and anyone is capable of getting 20 plus on any given night. So you just got to prepare for all things. You know, do your best to try to limit and make it hard. And very similar to what LA was saying is the locals are going to play a big part in this championship. You know, the production of it. You know, Brownlee's going to get his buckets and he's going to get his buckets, but it's about the supporting cast. So whoever wants to play, that's going to be good for them, but it's going to be on us to try to limit that as much as we can.
Thanks, Chris. Question here?
Hello, good afternoon. To both coaches. First to Coach Robert. You said before. Sorry, I was going to go for ESPN5. First to Coach Robert, you talked about before that you feel like Meralco matches up with Ginebra well. But can you talk about, before you said that you think Meralco will match up with Ginebra well. But can you talk about one advantage that you think you can use against Ginebra, like where you think you're better at against Ginebra in this series?
Instead of looking for advantages, I think we should just concentrate on what we do well, which we defend well, we rebound the ball well. If we don't do those things, we're not going to beat them. Those are the things that got us to this point where we're in the championship. So for us to beat them, we're going to have to at least do that. On the other side of it, we have to find a way to score, because they also are a very good defensive team. So it's not like they can't defend because they can. So we're going to have to figure out where we can attack, who we can attack, and how we can put points on the board.
Well, what about you, Coach? Is there any real advantage that you think you would want to leverage adding to the series?
Like I said earlier, I think the edge that we have is really comes from our fans and our sixth man. I think that's the one that gives us the edge. You know, I feel kind of like the counterpuncher right now. I mean, because Meralco's been very definite in the way they've played and the way they've been successful in terms of their defense, in terms of their rebounding, and we're trying to find ways to counter that. We recognize that's a real strong part of their game, and we're going to try to have to figure out ways to get our offense going and figure out ways to keep them off the boards. That's where the battle comes in. That's really where the battle is going to be fought and won, is on really the defense and the rebounding.
Thank you, Coach. Answer the questions. Question? Microphone, please. Okay.
Follow up dun sa question kanina. You mentioned the locals will play the big factor. Is there any one player that will really decide who would win the series?
Any one player to decide the series?
Any player, any one player. Sa amin, Justin. Kasi it's an import conference, so Justin. Sa Meralco, so Allen Tour.
Chris?
I mean, for us, you know, of course we rely on AD for a lot, but I think the great thing about AD is he also trusts his teammates, so it can be any of us that can be ready for that shot. I think that's one of our strengths this year, is that our team chemistry is really improved, and we all trust each other, and we all understand the dedication and hard work we put in day out, and we see it every single day. So we don't have that. We don't really have a problem making that extra pass. You know, for being a winner if it comes down to it. So.
Thank you. Everyone? Another question, please.
To Japet and Greg, in 2016 and 2017, Meralco didn't have the big man that they need. And right now they have Raymond Almasan. So how do you find Meralco bigger team right now?
I think I don't. For me, both team are really well coached. So we just really need to find ways talaga paano namin natalo dito.
Greg?
Yeah, I think they definitely got bigger, filled that hole in the middle with Raymond. But they also got a new addition in Stanley, so it'll be really interesting to see how it plays out.
Sir, isa pa. Baser naman, Baser, 2016, 2017, si Jimmy Alpagpay nandun, and then Jared Dillinger. Ngayon, ikaw na yung trangko. Ano mo dyan? Challenge ba sa'yo yan?
Nakadalawa na sila sa amin. So, kailangan paghirapan para kami. So, kailangan maging aggressive lang ako. Maging leader pa sa amin.
To Coach Norman Black. Coach, before you returned to the finals, there were a few losing seasons for your team. Could you describe how difficult was it to regain this regain that final spot, and also you made some trades along the way, so was there a concerted effort to make deals in order to go back to the finals?
Well, we've always been competitive in the third conference because we've had Alan Durham the last 4 years. He's made us competitive because of his talent and his production. So we kind of feel like we missed out last year when we didn't make the finals, when we made it to the semifinals. This time AD came back in great shape, and he's really been our leader right from the start. The local players have helped to step up and help him, but at the same time, like I said earlier, he's been our rock in the middle that's really helped us a great deal. We were fortunate enough to pick up Raymond Almasan in the second conference from Rain of Shine. He gave us a young big guy who's very athletic, who can run the floor, who can score inside, can rebound, block shots. That has helped us a great deal. It took him a while to blend in with the team, but eventually he learned the system and he's become a key player for us. In addition to that, we picked up Elaine Maliksi, who gives us a backup scorer, a guy coming off the bench, because that's been one of our problems in the past. Sometimes my starting team plays really well, but my second team doesn't really deliver the same amount of production. So Elaine really gives us a big lift as far as his ability to score the basketball. Nards Pinto has helped us a lot. He doesn't get a lot of credit, but he's come this year and really manned our backcourt. And even though he's a little bit small and playing the shooting guard position, he's a tough guy and he plays good defensively and he can score the basketball, so he's helped. And of course, balanced team. But guys, remember, we're playing the network here, so it's not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult. I talk about our defense all the time, but remember, it's a leading shooting team in the league, and they lead the league in assists. So our defense will be surely tested.
Question? Okay. Ako naman, meron akong isang question para kay Scotty. Scotty, yung pagdating ni JD sa inyo, alam natin si JD galing Meralco. Anong contribution kaya ni JD sa inyong sa mga practices niyo at saka sa mga games? Naglaro siya the entire semifinals. So mukhang ready na siya to play. Advantage ba yun sa inyo? Because
JD, so hopefully sa coming sa series na to, for sure marami siyang makukontribute sa amin. Hindi lang sa kasi sa practice, nakikita namin talagang veteran siya, leader siya para sa team. Isa sa naging leader sa amin ngayon. So, yun yung sigurong advantage namin, natagdagan yung leader namin sa team.
Thank you. Meron ba? Any other questions?
Meron pa.
If none, are we guys ready for the photo ops? Yeah. Okay, let's bring up the championship trophy. Dali natin yung championship trophy dito sa gitna. By the way, thank you very much for all your questions. Super interesting. Naging masaya ang ating media conference. Commissioner, dito kayo sa gitna.
Felix.
Masyado malapit. Masyado malapit. Atras tayo, atras. Kami madali. Atras kayo, brother. Yan. Yan, yan. Yan.
Sir, paano naman? Huwag niyo naman akong... Share tayo.
Ako, press! Bigay bating yun.
Ayos yung sa likod, ayos yun ha. Ayos yun kung okay na to.
Compress lang, compress. Compress.
Paula, dito kasi kumakita.
Bong.
Okay ka?
Oh, compress pa. Bong, pasok, bong.
Compress pa daw.
Bong.
Okay na na.
Ah, RT hindi daw. Wow. Yan.
Share naman tayo, sir. Share naman tayo.
Okay. Up.
Sir, share naman tayo.
Coach. Yung dalawang coach.
Rivals. Ganito yung dalawang coaches, hindi nyo ilalabas to. Dito na lang tayo. Kaya marami na itong mga to, tapos papalabas yung dalawang coaches. Sorry ha.
Compress rin, compress.
Ayan. Ayan.
Pakitas yung kamay, hindi kita yung kamay. Yan.
Boxing stance.
Okay.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the 2019
Okay.
Pba Govs Cup Finals.
Madali ako eh.